Welcome, one and all, to the newest episode of Ready, Set, Rewatch. My name is Skylar, and this is Daniel.
Hello.
Daniel, are you ready to once again enter the survival horror as we talk about the next Resident Evil movie, Resident Evil Apocalypse?
I thought I was, and then I watched the movie, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I want to be in this apocalypse anymore. This apocalypse
We're,
is getting rough.
we're in for a time, so let's get into it. In the last episode where we talked about the first movie, gave a rundown of how this came to be. The first one,
Mhm.
this one, it's more straightforward. First one did all right. They're like, let's do a sequel. And then Paul W.S. Anderson was like, well, I'm actually filming Alien vs. Predator. And they're like, oh, okay. So they got a new guy to make it. His name is Alexander Witt. He's a Chilean American director. Yeah, I did look up the stuff that he had done, and I was like, oh, I know Speed. That's a good movie. Twister. All right. Okay. X-Files, Gladiator, Black Hawk Down. There's so many movies. Oh, he was only the second unit director on all of these.
No, yeah, that makes sense.
As far as films that he's directed himself, it was this one, and that was it until 2023, where he made a straight to Amazon Prime movie called Saiyan that
So,
I've never heard of.
like with a Y, like Super Saiyan, or
Sayen. The
Super?
poster is two people holding guns.
Yeah, I don't think that's Dragon Ball. Doesn't sound
No,
like
no, no.
Dragon Ball.
Don't look like Dragon Ball. Yep. So, whereas, as we talked about before in first Resident Evil movie, Paul W.S. Anderson was like, and I don't want to make him sound like an auteur, but he was like, I don't want to pick a specific character from the game and make the movie about them. I'd rather make a prequel so that way we're not stepping on toes, and this just seems like it can fit in the universe. In this one, they said, "Fuck all of that. We're just
Sure,
gonna put shit in."
we're gonna put it all
Um,
in,
and
but also jump
they're
to 3.
well, two and three happen like the same time, so
Yeah, but if the first movie was most similar to any of the games, it would be the first one, I guess.
sure.
So why not go
I
to
suppose. I suppose so.
so why jump straight? I mean, I don't fuck it. I don't really care, I guess. Like I think the movie would end up pretty much the same either way. But it
Yeah.
is strange that they
Well,
were like, Nemesis, we're doing that one.
yeah. I mean, the further we go, and by further I mean the next step we go, tying it into anything to do with the games doesn't really matter anymore. So
No, God no.
it's I'm gonna say it's fine, just to get it over with. But with that said, don't really have anything more to say about the making of. Let's just jump into the plot, shall we?
Yes, sir. Resident Evil Apocalypse starts with a hologram of the Umbrella logo that has a bunch of videos being projected onto the sides of it, like the MCU intro. And again, we get a narration that from Alice, who, unlike the previous movie, the first words out of her mouth are, "My name is
My name is
Alice."
Alice. Yeah, she
so,
knows now. She
so now
knows.
we know it's important that our main character have a name that we know.
I
Uh,
guess.
and then she basically just recaps the first movie. If you want to hear her narration, just listen to the previous episode of this podcast. There it is.
Yeah.
That's the best way.
It's longer than her recap, but it's better. Trust us. Trust.
Trust. Also, you're starting the recap series of the Resident Evil movies at Apocalypse. That's
It's
weird.
gonna be someone. Someone's gonna like y'all should have talked about the first one first. Like, yeah, thank you.
Hmm. If only we had thought of that. We get a newscaster talking about a super hot heat wave, which is relatable for those of us today.
Oh
But
my
then she says
god.
it's over 92 degrees, and I'm like,
I would
get on
kill.
my ass.
I would kill for a 92-degree day.
It's like, oh my god, that used to be hot. Wow, how far we've come. The newscaster Terry Morales breaks down the weather, and we see as she continues to talk voiceover style, we see a rich ass neighborhood, which then pans to an underground entrance to the Hive below Raccoon City. So I guess there was an entrance under Raccoon City. I don't know. Either way,
It might not be the hive. It might be a different hive.
would we just call all the bases hives? I guess it's possible.
I don't know.
Some randos in hazmat suits walk in a door and are immediately destroyed by a wave of zombies that we never actually see. And then a caravan of black SUVs start tear-assing through Raccoon City and into the rich-ass neighborhood where they begin grabbing high-level Umbrella employees to get them the fuck out of Dodge before everything goes to shit.
Well, I guess it would be the hive, wouldn't it? Because that's where the zombie virus was.
I mean, unless they were doing two zombies in different places, I guess. Who's to say? Either way, these high value Umbrella employees include one, Dr. Charles Ashford, which don't be confused, is not Grace's dad from
Man,
9.
oh man.
Ashford, not Ashcroft. Different.
Yeah. Well, also to not be confused, because Ashfords are from Code Veronica.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Well, there's no winning.
So this is getting a little bit of ahead, but there's the little girl, this scientist little girl daughter. Her name is Angela Ashford,
Mm-hmm.
not to be confused with Alexia Ashford or Alfred Ashford from the game. Like they did it on purpose, but it ties not at all into
Yeah.
it.
It's like a reference almost.
But she's our knockoff Sherry Birkin for this one.
Because we definitely needed one of those.
Mm-hmm.
He says that he can't leave until they get his daughter. She's already at school. And the agent's like, don't worry, we've already sent someone to go and pick her up from school. Where we then see two suited agents picking her up from an extremely posh looking school. But unfortunately, on the way out of the city, the SUV carrying the daughter is smashed into by a runaway truck, which I suppose is also a Resident Evil 2 reference, causing it to flip over and the daughter to be unable to escape the city. Elsewhere, we see a woman in a blue tube top listening to a police scanner where people are screaming about a wave of killings affecting the city. She straps a handgun
Cool.
onto her hip and walks into a police department to immediately headshot half a dozen zombies that the police are, I guess, trying to book.
Okay, yeah, there's a couple things to unpack here. There's so many zombies in the police station already.
They're not like loose necessarily, like they're handcuffed. Like people brought them there. They're still biting police officers. We see at least two police officers get bit, like on the fly as we walk in the first
Yeah,
shot that we get here.
people get bit a lot. And I know we said that for the first one. It's just not going to end. There was a point where I was like, what characters aren't bit right now?
Yeah. But so she shoots all these randos in this police station and she looks at what all the cops, by the way, are going, it's Jill. Oh my God. Like in ADR so that we know that it's Jill from the
Mm-hmm.
from video game, hit video game Resident Evil, in case you didn't know.
That's right.
And she does her very best cool girl impression and says, they're infected. I told you to shoot for the head.
Yeah, so this is Jill Valentine in name,
Yeah. And
and Bill
costume.
Valentine in cosplay.
I
Not so much in character. She doesn't act like this.
No. You did say Vil Valentine, and I wouldn't have pointed out except that it's very funny, and I love that actually.
Did I?
You did, and it was really good.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm drunk. I had to get drunk to talk about this one.
I don't know if it's that bad. I know they get worse. Anyway,
I didn't have to, but come on. Let me.
She then shoots one more zombie woman next to a handcuffed man in a funny hat, who will become a character later, but right now it's just a funny man.
It's Mike Epps.
And she continues going, I'm leaving town. I suggest you do the same.
I can't have you do that every time she speaks because I can't be hearing that. That's awful.
I don't think I put many more quotes in here. I think I got bored of it pretty fast.
Thank you.
Somewhere else, a man at a computer turns off the sedatives pumping into Alice, and we get a rehash of the scene from the end of the first movie where she does a Rick Grimes through a fucked up hospital and then walks out into the city. Where I guess the part of the city she's in is completely empty and fucked over. But we see that that's likely because all of the survivors are trying to get out through a single checkpoint on a bridge that is being somehow Raccoon City already completely walled off. It's been like a couple hours tops, complete wall around it, and the
I
only
think it was.
exit go
I
up.
can only assume it was walled off before.
There's only a
It's just
handful of walled cities in the modern
right.
era, and usually it's for racism.
What's the one from World War Z? Is that a racism?
Israel. Do you remember the plot point? This is off topic. The plot point in that scene is that they let the Palestinians in, and then the Palestinians start singing a song, and then the zombies hear the song and climb over the wall and kill everybody except the main character. That's
That's.
what that movie is.
Can I just say no? I don't remember that. I'm gonna bold take. I didn't like that movie.
Well, I don't know that many people did. Stay tuned for our World War Z or whatever the fuck rewatch.
No, no.
Where we watched the movie and played the game, which was probably better, but probably still bad. I didn't play it. Someone did. Leave a comment. Hit subscribe.
I didn't know there was a game.
There is. I think there's a couple actually. They're Left 4 Dead style, but with waves and waves and waves. Anyway, so they've walled off the entire city either before or now, and there is only one exit that is on this bridge that's being completely policed by umbrella agents who are, the police in this city, I guess. They have all the power and all the authority and all the guns. So they are letting people out, which is nice, but they're scanning all of them first, and it's taking a long time. And there are what appears to be literally thousands of people trying to make their escape. So it is quite the traffic jam. But they are able to scan to see whether or not people are infected. So Umbrella has this technology. I don't know how often it's going to come up throughout the franchise, but I think it's worth noting that they know when a dude got the virus in him. In the city, a blonde woman in heels tries to escape up a stairwell, but while trying to open a door that has a key code, is bitten. And a helicopter carrying Carlos and Nikolai from Resident Evil 3, you see, fly over the roof that she escapes onto. Carlos wants to help her, but they say that they have orders, basically, fuck her. They're like, we gotta go do other stuff. She's probably dead anyway. And he's like, nah, man, I'm Carlos. And so he rappels out of the helicopter with
Does he?
with two pistols.
Guns akimbo.
Just blasting these zombies on the way down. And then he leaves one that I think he has to roundhouse kick because, Carlos. Known action hero, Carlos. I mean, he's tough. He's a tough guy, but he's not that.
Yeah. So Carlos is played by actor Oded Fair. I believe that's how you pronounce it. He's great. He's in the Mummy movies,
right?
The Brendan Fraser ones. I'm glad he's here. I see his face and I'm like, thank you. And then the other guy whose name is Nikolai, that's it. His name is Nikolai, but he's nothing. He's nowhere close to the game version, which is fine. We don't have time for that.
No,
also, Nikolai is played. It took me like halfway through the movie to realize. I'm like, why does this guy's face piss me the fuck off? and it's because it's the little redheaded fucker from A Christmas Story.
I don't like this kid. I don't like this guy's smug aura.
His face, it mocks me.
Anyway, Carlos lands. He kicks the last one to death, like I said, but the woman somehow, I guess, already knows that a bite infects you, even though it's been like an hour or some shit. So she's like, games. She played the games. That makes sense. But she shows her bite off, and she's like, "Guess I'll jump." And then she jumps off the roof and dies. So Carlos accomplished nothing except look cool.
Yeah, well, he got introduced to the movie. That's all that matters.
True. Back at the checkpoint, Jill arrives and is greeted by a member of the Stars team named Peyton, who says they could really use some help. But immediately, a man collapses, and as Peyton pulls his daughter away from him, the man turns and bites Peyton on the leg. So I hope you didn't get attached in the 1 second that we knew Peyton.
I didn't remember Peyton. She didn't make the notes.
No, Peyton's the black guy who's in the whole movie.
Oh, I didn't know his name was Peyton.
What did you write in your notes?
I didn't write his name.
Okay. You just wrote that guy.
A Stars guy, I guess. I don't know.
All right. A man up on the wall sees this, radios to say it has reached the wall, and orders the soldiers to seal the gate even with their men, the Umbrella Men, still trapped inside. Jill Payton and the reporter from earlier, Terry, who is also there, look on in dismay as people start to yell at the men up on the wall, and they tell them to, hey, get away from the wall or we will shoot you super good. And they approve live ammunition, and then I guess to their credit, don't actually shoot the people. They just shoot above them to scare them, which I guess is better. They're still basically killing them, though.
Mm-hmm.
And then it cuts and it's just later in the night. Here's the thing that's going to happen a lot in this movie. There's going to be an action scene.
Yes.
And the action scene is then going to end, and someone's going to say one sentence about the plot, and then another action scene will just appear. Sometimes out of the actual thin fucking air.
Yes. This is what we need to do. That's how you make a movie.
This is just a lot of shit happening in this movie. My notes may become disjointed. I apologize in advance. It's now later in the night, and we see Carl's team sweeping part of the city, assisted by a shitload of STARS agents and RCPD officers, all of whom are dressed exactly like the handful that we knew from the video game. So I guess that was the uniform. I don't know. Pretty much all the STARS agents are just dressed like Chris. The man who ordered the gate closed earlier, who we will come to learn later, his name is Kane, walks down the stairs to talk to Dr. Ashford and try to get him onto a helicopter, but he refuses to go without his daughter. So the man, who has a very strong Eastern European accent, tells him she's probably dead, and even if she isn't, he won't be able to let her out because of the risk of infection. And then does not then force him to get on a helicopter, just kind of walks away and expects him to not do anything. Uh-oh, he did something.
Oh, this little tiny glasses son of a bitch.
Ashford tries to access a computer, but he finds that his access has been denied, so I guess Kane did that at least. But then he just does the thing that all movie characters can do, and immediately hacks in and creates a new access for himself so that he can find his daughter Angela. He instead finds Alice walking down the street barefoot with a shotgun. Alice then breaks into a gun store where they fortunately also sell clothes. It's like mostly clothes, but then for some reason she also wraps herself in like a fishing net.
Dude, I don't know. There's I don't got the answers to this one. I decided not to get hung up on that. I just I wrote gun shop, not kendo, because
True. Well, this is 3, so I mean, kendo I don't think is in the third one.
No, I don't think you go to gun shop kendo in the original 3. You do in the remake though.
Anyway, she's going through this store and finding a bunch of clothes that like probably shouldn't be in there, but whatever. She also gets the gun, like I think pretty much the exact same SMGs that were in that locked drawer back in the mansion that she didn't grab, but now she just has them because I guess they're part of her character design. And also feels like the kind of guns that would not be being sold at a hunting store, but I digress.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
No, there's so much of it. So much of it is just like, that's really stupid. Let's move on.
Yeah. She then collapses as something is moving under the skin in her arm. And she remembers that between movies, she was injected with something, which I'm sure is fine and cool.
For the most part, it doesn't matter for this movie.
It really doesn't, yeah.
Also, I want to point out, her hair, awful.
It was, she's got like a half shave because they had to plug her in Matrix style, but through the side of her head. So
I don't even mean her hair style. I mean like the wig that they strapped on her is terrible compared to her real hair from the last movie.
Her real hair in the last movie was better, although I will say they did a really bad job styling it. I've seen pictures of her in later movies, and she definitely looks the best in those ones. But I don't know which ones because I haven't seen them. I don't know those movies. But when she has like longer, darker hair, she looks better.
I don't think her hair's good in the next one.
No.
But then maybe 4 onwards is where she gets it's tough to say because
hey, and we're on this journey together.
Are you sure you're not just thinking of the Underworld movies?
I don't think so, but it's possible. To be honest with you, I didn't even remember that was her in those movies. Is she in those?
No. But they're the same thing.
No, the underworld movies are classy and they're for
They
sophisticated people.
they're the same thing.
Anyway,
And we're gonna cover Underworld on this podcast. I can't
I
wait.
mean, fuck it. At some point, why not? We're only 20 minutes in, and 1,000 things have happened, is what I wrote in my notes here. Uh,
Yeah.
Jill, Terry, and Peyton hide in a church where they find a really sweaty guy who I'm sure will be fine. He threatens to shoot them. Uh-oh. But then Peyton talks him down because Peyton is the voice of reason in this game.
This
Movie.
fucking guy, he's like this big church,
Yeah,
right?
huge church.
He says, "Get out of here. This is my hiding spot."
Here,
Like,
in
bro.
Christ's church, bring us your week. And he says,
Bro.
no.
I'm hiding here, and then we go in the back, and there's just another guy here that I guess he didn't check for.
Yeah, we'll get to that
Bro,
in a minute because that's also
bro,
stupid.
bro thinks we're playing Fortnite. You think it's a Fortnite movie?
Terry starts recording Jill on a camcorder, asking if the RCPD have any idea what those things are. Peyton asks what she's doing because, as a police officer, he is inclined to immediately shoot people who start recording him. And she
Yeah,
says something about winning an Emmy, which I wrote down specifically. It was an Emmy because I was like, I don't think that's how that. It should be a Pulitzer, right, for journalism.
yeah. I don't think I don't know. Can newscasters win
Is there
Emmys?
a news Emmy, or is that just journalism? Is that just a Pulitzer? I don't know. I didn't write it down to correct them. I wrote it down because I was like, I don't know if that makes sense.
Newscasters and news anchors can win Emmys
Oh,
in specific categories. Sure.
sure. Why not? It does feel like investigative journalism would still be a Pulitzer, but look, man, I didn't write the movie and I don't care that much.
Yeah.
Anyway, they hear a noise in another part of the church, so Jill goes to investigate and finds a priest and his infected sister who looks gross. She kind of looks like the fat one from Dawn of the Dead. Is it Dawn of the Dead? The mall one?
Uh,
Day of the Dead?
yeah, that's Don is the mall.
She's been chicken wired affixed to some kind of chair, and we find out that the priest has been feeding people to her, and to which
Now,
I was like, it's
what
been
was your
like 4 hours.
that was my response as well. Yeah. There's been zombies for a singular day.
If even.
And and he and he chains this woman to a chair and then gets at least one person back here and feeds him to how? How have
No
you got
idea.
like you were itching to feed somebody to a zombie before zombies existed. That's the only reasonable explanation. Is like you were already a sick fuck.
What if she wasn't a zombie? What if she was just fucked?
Oh,
She was just like a super cannibal.
okay. So like that's just something they did before.
Yeah. They were just in a different movie. They don't know that zombies are a thing.
All right. It that makes more sense than what's happening here.
I mean, yeah, kind of. Anyway, she immediately breaks her bindings. I guess she just wanted a snack, and Jill sure be looking like one. And she bites the priest. Jill presumably kills both of them off camera. We hear the gun, but we don't actually see the death. But it's implied. We can assume.
We also never see him again. So
Yeah. Uh, Terry says, "Fuck this," and makes for the door when she hears the gunshots. But when she opens the door, she's like, "Oh, that's right. There's zombies out there."
oh yeah, where am I gonna go? Oops.
So she and Peyton push it back closed before immediately being attacked by a licker that's
Oh,
just
I hate these
in the
guys.
church now. Didn't come through the door, was maybe here the whole time.
Yeah, there's really no rhyme or reason to why there are liquors plural here now.
Well, we don't know. We only know about one right now. Don't get ahead of me.
Oh, well, okay, but
But there are three. Yeah.
um, in the first movie, there was the zombie virus,
Right.
and there was one very specific liquor
Right.
chained up in a box that was released.
Yeah.
There's the liquor.
To be fair, there were a lot of boxes, so there could have been more liquors, but only the one got out.
Yeah, but how did three get here though?
The hazmat guys opened that door, and I don't know, man.
Oh, they panicked and ran further in and then opened the boxes too.
Yes. Do we think that like liquors are pack animals? Would it even make sense for them to travel together? They're predators. Typically, I don't think predators,
They're
especially apex predators, don't usually travel as a group. That's like a
well, no,
coyote hyena thing.
no. So there are both spots in the original games and in games later on where you multiple liquors
That's true.
happen.
There are
So
bits
it's
in
I'm gonna allow it.
yeah, there's definitely bits in 9 where there's like 6 liquors in one room. So
There's a part in 5 specifically, which they're liquors, but they're like smaller liquors, not unlike this compared to the one we were dealing with before in the last movie.
they're really more tasters.
There's like goddamn 70 of them. So yeah,
God,
there's
God damn. I'm gonna just insert that sound clip. God damn. Anyway, they get attacked by a liquor, and then it's just jumping around the roof like a goddamn ping pong ball. It's bouncing all over the place, which I don't think we saw the liquor do in the previous one. So this is new tech as far as the movies are
yeah,
concerned.
lore accurate tech.
True,
So there's
true.
that, but yeah, we didn't see this in the last one.
The liquor in the first movie was, I guess, more dog. The sweaty guy runs, but it follows him and kills him real fast, leaving once more our team back down to just Jill, Terry, and a still infected Peyton. Jill sneaks back into the main part of the church and finds the dead guy's gun before we get jump scared by his body falling from the sky onto a pew next to her. Jill takes some shots at the liquor, but loses it, and Peyton grabs her and pulls her into a side room where I guess they hid between shots. He says there are 3 liquors, so now we know there's 3 liquors. And Terry asks what they're gonna do, and Peyton or Jill are like, "Check this shit out, just go back out, guns blazing."
Yeah,
We've talked for 30 seconds. That's too much. It's time to shoot. And do
there's
they kill a
I
single
have
liquor? They do not.
I have 3 notes written here for this little part. And I don't remember if at the point that they go guns blazing, if all of them have happened yet. But here's what I wrote.
Well, hold on, because
One,
I think one of them is like the next bullet point. When
it's not about Alice.
okay,
Yeah. So number one, liquors have predator vision. Like literally, that's what it is.
yeah,
Number two, liquors can laugh.
yeah, it does kind of when it drops the guy, it does a little bit, huh?
It's like yeah, it's fucking weird.
I'm sorry, it's Seth Rogen.
Yeah, they laugh like Seth Rogen. And bullet point number 3, which is probably when they go guns blazing. I don't remember, or it might be the Alice part. But I just wrote this music is terrible.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. I did find out. So I've been watching more movies from around this time recently because I watched 2 Keanu movies from
Hmm.
that were relevant to our other series, Ready Set Replay. Go watch that if you're only here for the movies. But what I have come to find is that's kind of just a thing we did this time of years.
Just plug shit music into.
In the early 2000s, sometimes some like action or sport or whatever started happening, and we just went full butt rock AMV. Like it happened a lot. It happened. One of them I watched was The Watcher. It's about a serial killer, and it did it when he was just kind of like dancing. And I was like, "What is this? What movie am I watching?"
Hmm. Hmm. The Watcher, apparently.
And who watches The Watcher? Me, apparently, and no one else
Hmm.
in the year 2026. Anyway, Peyton runs out of ammo, which is great because we won't need that for the rest of the fucking movie. As one closes in, but before that becomes an issue, Alice crashes through a stained glass window on a motorcycle, rams into the liquor in a way that, against the laws of physics, launched the motorcycle and the liquor perfectly vertical from the point of impact into the air, where Alice then shoots the gas tank of her only means of transportation, causing it to explode and kill the liquor with it, and rain shrapnel and infected viscera down upon the village people.
All right, so I know in the first movie, Alice does a big anti-gravity matrix kick to a dog. I know that happens.
She's
right?
got 2 pretty good kicks.
And I know that in this movie, Carlos does the jump from the helicopter, guns akimbo, shooting thing. I know. But it was at this point where the motorcycle starts driving up into the air for no reason.
Yep.
That I wrote, oh, so we're doing stupid action.
Oh, so we're dumb now.
Also, yeah, what possibly compelled Alice to crash into this church? What? Why would you? Why?
you could argue that had heard the gunshots, but
But she's not trying
through
to save people.
and through the fucking window, Alice. It's got a door.
She like, what is Alice's goal at this point?
I I guess to get out,
But yeah, she's
survive.
she's not really saving people because she's just like, I'm cool lady, and I'm gonna. As soon as she sees that one guy got bit, which I know this is in a minute, but she pulls a gun on him like instantly, and it's just like, well, you didn't do that for Rain
She does.
in the last one.
She does feel kind of like a different character in this a little bit.
She's a bit different. Like I get it. She went through the first movie, so she's been through it already.
Yeah.
But like that was also yesterday, so I don't know.
Oh, for sure. New name, new attitude. You know what I mean? Anyway, before any of the characters can say how cool and or stupid that is, a second licker up on the roof moves, and Alice shoots 1,000,000 bullets at it, which doesn't hit it at all, and instead drops the giant cross that I guess all churches have down onto it, pinning it to the ground.
I have no problem with the big cross because I bet if we went to this church in the video game that it would have that.
No, a lot of churches do have big crosses. I've been to some churches in Italy where you would be fucking ashamed. You would feel emasculated by the size of their fucking cross.
Look at me. I've been to Italy. I shot the Italy zombies.
I did shoot Italian zombies. It was great. There's also a mega church on my way to work that is like in the distance in such a way, and it's big fucking cross out front.
Mm-hmm.
But the tree line in front of it from where I drive blocks the bottom part of it. And so it makes it look like the cross is inverted, like an Antichrist cross. And I always think that that's really funny.
That's not good.
Because I'm like, religion is a matter of perspective, I guess.
Ooh, now we're thinking.
Thank you. Then a third one that I had previously, that I, while writing these notes, was not sure whether or not they had killed one and wrote, I guess they didn't. Shows up and jumps at Alice, who shoots it with a shotgun, killing it very quick and fast before then finishing the one that was stuck underneath the cross. All liquors done, mission accomplished. We're good to go.
No diff.
Well, except that she spent 1,000,000 bullets. But otherwise, yeah.
And sacrificed her mode of transportation.
What an asshole, you know what I mean? Then Jill says, "Who the fuck are you?" And the scene ends, and I'm like, we don't have time to talk.
If I was the character from the video game and then that entered,
yeah,
I'd be like, what? How? Who?
What do you mean? But don't worry, lest you thought we would have a moment where the movie slows down and we talk. Don't worry. We cut to the man Jill released from the police department, who
Mike Epps.
We still don't have a name for yet, but his name will be LJ later in the movie. Anyway, he's driving around and running over zombie cops and yelling GTA and 10 points, which is not how GTA works.
Not how that works. Also, good on you referencing the wrong video game.
Yeah. Also, it's some real like, oh, the people who wrote this not only didn't play Resident Evil, they haven't played any video games.
Nah,
ever. Right. But he gets distracted by some zombie titties and crashes his car.
Yeah, that's what happens. That's literally what happens in the film.
Then we cut back to Carlos and Nikolai, who are still shooting 1,000,000 zombies. One of the Umbrella soldiers named Yuri gets bit. The cops and Star agents just kind of at some point stop shooting and get overwhelmed until it is back down to just Carlos, Nikolai, and an infected Yuri. So now both of our teams are down to very small numbers of people. And they try to request an evac over the radio, but get no response.
I know that that zombie pathogen virus, we wouldn't call it a toxin.
Sure.
So it's not really toxic, but I'm still, now that he's bitten, I'm gonna call it Toxic Yuri.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Someone out there's with me.
Our, our main crew, now plus Alice, have left the church for some fucking reason and are walking through a graveyard. Terry asks about the liquors, and Alice explains that they're bioweapons that Umbrella made and tells them that she used to work for them, which again feels like information she could have kept to herself. Then it's been more than 20 seconds without a gun being shot, so Peyton complains about his leg, and Alice pulls a gun on him, saying that they should probably just kill him. And we already talked about this, but yeah, this doesn't feel like Alice. Not my Alice. I didn't vote for this
Her
one.
her bedside manner is completely gone. Also, yeah, her saying like I used to work for them. Like, do you even remember what you did?
I don't. It doesn't
You
seem like
you
it.
you kind of remembered that you had access to passcodes, to security codes, whatever the
Whatever the
fuck
fuck
you
she
were
said.
saying.
Yeah.
The works. I remember that part. But like, you don't remember you had sex you woke up in the shower. That was it. That's all you remembered.
You had sex with a guy and then killed that guy. That's been
Mm-hmm.
your life so far.
Mm-hmm.
Jill says that if it comes to killing Peyton, she'll do it herself. And also Alice in this moment doesn't mention that there's a cure, which feels like a bitch move, but I am also kind of like, but I don't know where she would find one at this point. I mean,
Yeah, she's
spoilers, one
she's
shows
probably
up, but
thinking, if you work at a restaurant, which I do, somebody asks for chicken, but you don't have any chicken, and then they go and they sit down with their hamburger that they ordered, but then you get more chicken. You're not
yeah.
gonna go tell them. You're not gonna be like, "Hey, we have it now. Now that you have that, we got it."
I, it feels like kind of a different situation, but I get the point of it.
It's the same thing.
Her being like, we should kill this guy. There's no
It's
way that we
this
could possibly save his life.
it's the same thing. Customers come in and ask for chicken, we kill them.
Oh my god. Anyway, Alice has a moment where she talks about how Peyton is definitely going to die soon. And then when he does, he's going to turn and attack them. But before they can really do anything about that conversation, 100 zombies pop from the dirt all around them, which I know happens in one of the games, but also feels like, how did they get infected down there?
The the airborne virus goes to the worms.
Sure. I
And
know
the
in the
worm, because
next one that there's birds or something that are infected, so.
we fight worms
In 3, that is true.
in 3.
Yeah,
Yeah. There's that big ass worm in Veronica.
true. Our team, except Harry, start killing zombies with CQC snapping their necks really super easily and saying that there's
Pretty good.
too many of them, and then they keep running. And I'm like, y'all ran out of bullets or something? If only somebody hadn't shot 1 million bullets and not even hit the fucking liquor with it. Meanwhile, at a science base outside the city, a lady tells the bad guy from the wall, who at this point, I've learned his name Kane in my notes.
I think you said that already.
Yeah, but this is where I wrote it for the first time.
Ooh.
So they must have said it here at some point. The T virus in the city is at a critical level, so he's like, awesome, activate the Nemesis program, and we see a Nemesis like from the video game start to wake up on a bed.
Nemesis is here, as foretold in the scrolls.
Carlos's team tries to flag down a chopper, but instead it drops something through the glass roof of like a hospital or maybe a mall. It was hard to tell for me, which they can somehow see where it is, even though in the next scene when they go to walk and find it, they have to walk a long way and take a bunch of turns. So whatever, man. It ends up being some empty weapon cases that used to hold a chain gun and a big ass rocket launcher. Uh-oh.
Interesting.
I wonder who could have taken those in the last 1 second. But hey, no time to think about that.
He's so fast.
No time to think about that. Toxic Yuri has turned and immediately bites Carlos, so now he's dead too. I mean, he's not, but he will be.
This is where I wrote, who isn't going to get bit in this fucking movie?
I guess Alice.
Yeah, she never gets bit. But she's got the worms in her skin.
She got the worms. Then at a convenience store, a STARS agent with a cowboy hat and a sniper takes 2 shots to kill a zombie, but still cheers about it.
I mean, he killed one.
I guess.
They're just hanging out. These STARS guys are kind of scumbags, actually.
Yeah. LJ.
Like, you can be out there helping people.
Yeah. Well, they've given up on that. There actually, like, aren't any survivors in the convenience store. It's all STARS agents. Now I think about it. Anyway, LJ walks into the sniper's sights, and I guess spots the sniper because he turns and yells, "Don't shoot!" But he does anyway, which is, it turns out, a good thing because there was a zombie that we couldn't see behind LJ that gets hit by the bullet instead.
How did you see that sniper?
He's really
What
good.
perception does he have?
He's got
He's
he's got gun sense.
he's got a certain set of skills that we need to use.
LJ runs into the convenience store to find a bunch of other STARS agents who don't say anything but offer him a gun, to which he says, "Motherfucker, please, my shit's custom," and shows off some
Shit's
gold handguns.
custom.
Some gold handguns.
Why are you not using those now? Now would be the time. Also, did you have those in the police station where you were at the beginning of this film?
Or did you pick them up somewhere? Did you hit the evidence lockup on your way out of the
No,
police station?
because it's his shit. It's custom.
It's custom. Who knows? Seconds later, Nemesis approaches the store, and we see its HUD where it says he has 5,000 bullets and 6 rockets. He's functioning at 100%, and it scans and says there are 12 STARS and 1 civilian in the store, and it deems that a minimal threat, which is...
Damn. Sucks to be STARS, I guess.
And then the sniper takes a shot, giving away his position, so the HUD updates to say 13 STARS agents. The bullet appears to do nothing, but it does drop his functionality down to 99.8% according to the HUD, which then immediately heals, so oops.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I was paying attention to the HUD a lot at this point until I saw that he could heal, and then I was like, oh, none of this matters.
I didn't do it at all. I didn't look at it at all.
I wanted to see if they would be consistent with it, but then they do show in one of the shots it go back up, within one shot, not it cuts, and then they fucked up and put the wrong number and it was higher. They show it healing. So the only thing that's consistent is the bullets and the rockets. But then he gets rid of those halfway through the movie anyway, so who cares? Anyway,
that's right.
The sniper hits it one more time before getting blown up by a rocket. An analyst watching the Nemesis' feed through, I guess, cameras in its eyes or some shit, narrates the situation to Kane, saying there's 12 men, highly organized. She says, they're STARS, Special Tactics and Rescue Squad. They're the best. The agents start lighting the Nemesis up, but when it doesn't appear to hurt him at all, they immediately go, oh shit, and fall back. The analyst changes protocols to kill the STARS member, and Nemesis does so, leaving LJ alive.
Well, he's not STARS.
Also, the Nemesis goes, STARS.
Yeah, there it is. We did it.
We got him.
We did it.
The HUD scans LJ holding his guns and says, threat minimum. And then he drops them and it says, threat 0. And then the Nemesis walks away.
Yeah, he's just a little PP boy, so he gets to live.
Meanwhile, back at our main team, Jill asks Alice why her moves are so crazy, and she says they did something to her. And before we can get any more details on that, a series of payphones start ringing as they walk past. They walk past 2 of them, but by the 3rd, Alice gets, I guess, annoyed and answers it to find that it is Dr. Ashford saying that he can get the 4 of them out, but only if they get his daughter, who is currently hiding inside her school. Peyton, when informed, says, fuck that, let's just find a place to hide out. But Alice says that Umbrella knows they can't contain the infection, so apparently they're planning on sanitizing the city with a nuke at sunrise. And then Jill asks, what yield? And I said, is there a good answer?
Does it matter?
Is there an answer that Alice can give you that's not, we got to get the fuck out of here?
Also, some police officer this Peyton guy he's like, if we can leave the city, which is our goal, but first we have to save a little girl. He's like, fuck that.
Fuck that. I'm bit. Peyton gets mad and starts walking, but Alice senses something watching them from below. Peyton pulls a gun and starts moving, causing him to immediately get shot and killed by the Nemesis.
All right.
Alice recognizes it as the Nemesis somehow, even though we can't see it, and tells the others to run, and she steps out in front of the Nemesis, and the analysis says that she's the main target, so I guess Nemesis was released to find and fight her. Alice jumps down and fights the Nemesis.
How does she know what Nemesis is? I mean, the only thing that she should know is put him in the Nemesis program, and that's it.
So she would recognize it by name, but we don't get that here.
No, she smells him. She's like, it's him. He's here.
I smell it.
This is it.
So she jumps down off a bridge basically to fight the Nemesis, and honestly, she gives up really fast and starts running. including a
Yeah.
crazy jump over the top of a chain link fence that should be physically impossible, but she's Alice.
But she's Alice, yeah.
She dives into a building through a window. Nemesis follows her through the wall, like Mr. X style. Although I think Nemesis
Cool.
does that once or twice too, so it's fine.
You might.
She runs down a hallway, shoots the wall at the end under a garbage chute, and slides into it through the wall, weakened by her bullets, and down into the basement. Nemesis fires a rocket after her, but don't worry, she flips a plastic trash bin, which protects her from the blast of a
Dog,
rocket launcher.
that ain't saving no one.
I've used some of
That's
those. We called them boats at the movie theater. Nah,
uh,
man, that's not protecting you from a fucking rocket launcher. That's not protecting you from shit. Nemesis is now at about half ammo, and the movie's at about half its time, so it worked out.
yeah, Alice versus Nemesis round 1, victory Nemesis.
Yeah. On the slide down, Alice also scratched herself and dislocated a finger, so she pops that back into place to show how tough she is. Carlos and Nikolai talk about how it is impossible. How is it possible the chopper didn't see them? Carlos says it did, but they're expendable, and they just got expended. Then the phone rings, and Ashford ropes them in on the rescue as well, although that happens off screen. We don't actually see that part. Elsewhere, Jill tries to hotwire Carr, but takes long enough for Terry to join her, and says she's sorry about her friend, who then shows up immediately after as a zombie because it's been 30 seconds since a gun got shot. And so Jill shoots Peyton, and her and Terry drive off, where they run coincidentally into LJ walking down the street, who says he hasn't been bit or nothing, so they let him get in the car too, and now we've I guess effectively replaced Peyton with LJ.
Mike Epps has joined the party.
They get to the school and split up to search for Angela. Terry clearly doesn't want to be alone because she doesn't know how to shoot a fucking gun, but Jill, being low-key kind of a bitch for no reason, hands her a gun and sends her off to the second floor to probably die. This is straight up an evil thing for Jill to do, and she's just being an asshole.
Yeah. Like, Jill, you are not only a police officer, the best of police officers, right?
Sure. Well,
You now have 2 civilians with you in the apocalypse.
right.
And you just say, take this gun, go take it, fucking I don't care. That's it?
She has what I'm assuming is some kind of he must be some kind of a criminal. I don't know if he's a drug dealer or what. And a news reporter, and she's like, after seeing the Nemesis and Lickers, is like, here's a handgun, knock yourself out, kid. What? Like, we don't know what we're gonna find in this fucking school. And even if it was normal zombies, like, these aren't combatants. They're not fucking STARS agents.
Movie Jill has lost karma here.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
And game Jill would never.
Game Jill would never. But she would never find herself in the Resident Evil apocalypse.
Ooh, the colon.
The colon apocalypse is what happens if you eat the wrong lettuce.
Yeah, that's Taco Bell's giving people the colon apocalypse right now.
Anyway, LJ ends up in a science lab where he gets jump scared by a skeleton and then a real zombie. But fortunately, Carlos is also here and saves LJ. Also, Carlos looks like shit.
I mean, he's been bitten.
He looks almost as bad as Rain did before she turned.
It's been a rough one.
It's been a rough day. In a different classroom, Terry finds a girl who she thinks might be Angela, but is actually a zombie. When she tries to approach, she is swarmed by a bunch of little kids who kill her as the camcorder falls from her hand and records the whole thing, to which I wrote, this is definitely Jill's fault. Jill did this, actually.
This is Jill's fault. Yeah. Getting torn apart by a horde of zombie children is brutal. Probably the most brutal thing definitely this movie has to offer.
I think I could take them.
And I don't want to, I guess calling this news reporter lady a character is a bit generous, because like, what has she even really done at all? She's like, I'm gonna win an Emmy, and that was it.
I hear you. She's not as entertaining, but in terms of screen time, she's been here as much as LJ.
She's been in the party since the start of the film. So what I am gonna say is, this woman didn't deserve this at all.
She didn't deserve this. She's just a lady.
Is the zombie kids thing I don't want to say on the same level because that implies that I think it is as iconic. But is that this movie's version of the laser hallway? Like, if you
No.
came away thinking of something from this movie, is it this kill or just Nemesis is in this one?
If I'm thinking about it on the same level as the laser hallway, and it's not, but the thing that I remembered from the first movie more than anything else was laser hallway. The thing that I
Yeah,
remembered about this movie more than anything else was Nemesis killing all those Stars agents.
just the Nemesis is in it. Yeah, that's it.
Well, but
Unfortunate.
specifically that one bit where he mows them all down in the convenience store.
Sure. And motherfucker, my shit's custom. That's it.
I didn't remember that line, but it is a
No,
good line.
I remember I'm gonna get it tattooed on my arm.
You better, coward, bet you won't. And then get the gold pistols tattooed on your
That's
hips.
right. Pistoleros.
Anyway, Jill finds herself in a room full of loose basketballs for some reason. And she hears the screaming of Terry dying and goes to
Yeah,
investigate.
your fault.
You did this. Where she finds Angela hiding in a corner of the same room and I guess deciding to not do anything or make herself known to Terry. Cool, sick play, Angela.
She didn't want to get eaten.
Jill grabs Angela and the camcorder. All the zombie girls that were there are just gone. They're just, the body is gone and they're gone. Doesn't matter. But it is the same room.
They despawned.
Yeah. Angela says some real creepy shit about not being able to help Terry, but Jill honestly doesn't seem that upset or like she cares at all. So they just walk away, making small talk about Angela's name.
I wrote here, I said, "Oh no, the child is British."
They go into a cafeteria. Angela warns that there's monsters in there, but Jill's like, "No worries, I can kill zombies." And she's like, "No, not the zombies, those." And she points to some zombie dogs because, we had to get those in here somehow. Why are they in the school?
Yeah.
No idea. But they're here.
That's a good question. Why are they in the school? I don't know why we're bothering to ask good questions at this point, but
That's fair. Nah, you got me on that one. Jill tries to fight but gets disarmed by a fucking dog, and she tries to defend herself with a chair, but then Nikolai, who is also here, shows up and shoots the dog and does he kills everything in the room, we think, making sure to say stay when he finishes off one of the dogs, because it's a 2000s movie. We gotta have some one-liners, you know what I mean? Or what's the point? Why are we here?
Funny. This whole exchange is so fucking funny.
It's a little bit sexually charged.
Oh, you think so?
Just a little bit. I think Nikolai was trying to get some. And honestly, I think Jill would have let him hit.
No.
I think
no.
Look, this Nikolai is less of a shitty person than he is in the game, and this Jill is more of a shitty person than she is in the game, which I think lets them meet somewhere in the middle. And that middle is
true.
A middle where they can bang.
Okay, well, all he needs to do to hit then is
not die.
Yeah, there you go. Not to say to hit us with the "Don't worry, I've got this," then immediately get torn apart.
And not have this. Anyway, he introduces himself as Nikolai. Jill asks about his umbrella uniform, and he says he used to work for them until they fucked him, basically. So now he's freelance, which she smiles at. But another dog jumps Nikolai, and Angela runs off like an idiot. So Nikolai tells her to go after Angela, and he says, "I've got this bitch." Jill leaves, and another dog immediately shows up and bites Nikolai, I guess in the throat, killing him.
No, well, there it is.
Jill finds
he does say "oh shit" before he dies though, so that's pretty good.
Yeah,
I guess.
Important note.
Not quite clever girl, but same.
No, clever girl is the next scene where we're just doing fucking anyway. The next scene is literally just the kitchen scene from Jurassic Park, but bad.
Yeah.
Jill finds Angela in a kitchen where they are immediately joined by two of the dogs, maybe the same two that killed Nikolai. It's unclear. Jill turns on the gas stove, gets attacked by a lunch lady who's for some reason under one of the tables, and snaps its neck. And then she gets scared by a dog on the other side of like a grating or something, so it can't get to her. And they run out of the room. She tries to throw a match behind them to set the gas off and explode the two dogs, but it goes out before it can get to the gas. But don't worry, Alice is back in this movie, and she appears smoking a cigarette. She then throws the lit cigarette over Jill and Angela as they run out of the room. and then wraps herself and Angela in a big ass fire blanket, and the explosion goes off, killing the dogs.
Jill's moment to save the little girl is stepped on and pushed away so Alice can be the real hero and then save them literally like Batman.
Yeah, a little bit. It actually, the shot reminded me of the scene from Smallville where he saves that little. Well, he does it a couple times, but the one in the intro where he saves the kid and then the explosion goes off and it's behind him and he's like wrapped him up. I think it's supposed to look like that, but instead it kind of looks like shit.
If they can't look as good as Smallville on the WB, then what are we doing?
I mean, if on a movie budget you can't look as good as a TV show, that's not on me. I can't help you. Alice and Ninja act like they know each other, and Alice tells Jill that they're both infected, which is awesome. She says specifically massively infected. So they open up Angela's lunchbox and to find that she is carrying around the cure to the virus.
Oh, sorry, Peyton.
Yeah. Although I guess technically he got shot to death. So anyway, she says they used the T virus to cure Angela's childhood paralysis, which I guess she shared with her dad, who I didn't mention before, but is in a wheelchair. And then Umbrella came to take it and make it evil. I'm not really sure how you go from thing that cures paralysis to zombies, but you know,
is that our full-on origin for the T virus in this world? Is this little girl here to cure her paralysis?
I think we have to assume, at least at this point, that yes, that's the case.
Well, all right.
Carlos and LJ join them. Carlos sees Nikolai's body that I guess has been sitting just right over there during this entire conversation. And he starts coughing, and Alice asks how long it has been since he was bit, and Carlos says 3 hours, and Alice says, "Hey, it's your lucky day."
It was his lucky day.
We cut to a phone outside, and they went all the way outside and haven't shot him up with a cure yet. It's gonna happen in like one bullet point, but I just think it's funny that she's like, "Hey, this is time sensitive. It's only been 3 hours. Okay, let's walk out to a payphone."
Let's outside.
So we got to a payphone outside. Alice answers it, and it's Ashford, who tells her that there's a helicopter leaving in 47 minutes that is lightly guarded, and they can probably steal. It's waiting at City Hall for them. He also talks to his daughter for a little bit. He's like, "Hey, I love you, blah, blah,
blah." Don't try to give us character now, movie. All right.
After
we're trying to get through this.
Yeah. After he hangs up, he loses access on his computer, and Kane appears behind him to scold him, but then kind of just walks out of the room. Like, he doesn't do anything. He just is like, "Hey, man, fuck you," and then just walks out of the room. And he does leave a guard there to, like, mean mug him, but, like, I don't know. I feel like there should have been more of a disciplinary action. And I guess it happens later, but, like, come on now. Meanwhile, back in the city, in a car, Alice gives Carlos the cure and records her narration from the beginning of the movie into Terry's handycam. They get to City Hall, which is a really weird shaped, like, C-shaped building. I don't know. Shit's gonna start getting pretty crazy here, as if it wasn't already. They sneak up on 2 guards that Carlos quickly knocks out. For some reason, in my notes it says Kane knocks out. That's not correct, and I had to remember who that was. He like jumps over a half wall and then karate chops one and gets the other one in like a chokehold or some shit. I don't remember. LJ starts kicking one of them that's on the ground because, you know, he's tough.
It's pretty cool.
A sniper lines up a shot on Carlos, but somehow Alice is next to him, already up all the way on the roof, and knocks him out. And then she awkwardly sprints/repels down the side of the building and straight up kills like 5 guys with a knife.
Yeah, let's talk about the running down the side of the building.
It looked bad.
At what point, when you are in the act of doing this and you realize, oh, my feet aren't touching the building.
Yeah.
Do you just stop doing the running motion?
You know, I think she was just doing it for aesthetics. Like, she knew Carlos was watching. Or maybe she knew Jill was watching. Because I think she is desperate for Jill's approval. Because Jill's cool.
So she's being a pick-me right now?
A little bit, but like kind of the opposite because she's doing it for a girl, maybe. It's hard to tell which characters in this roster she gives a shit about.
I don't think she gives a shit about Jill.
I don't think she cares.
She's definitely flirting with Carlos a little bit.
A little bit. Yeah. She cares about Angela, that's for sure.
Yeah, because they're both massively infected.
Yeah, they've both got T cancer. Then another 4 guys get their ass beat next to the helicopter, but one gets back up. So Carlos throws a knife into his throat.
Nice.
I mean, they're Umbrella, so I don't feel bad for them, but like, goddamn, dude.
So, again, I know I'm just nitpicking here,
Sure, but
but
pick it.
if
Go
you'll
ahead.
allow if you'll allow me to pick some nits, at the point that you write in the script that we've got a bunch of Umbrella soldiers that are wearing, facial coverings, and we're not going to show their faces at all.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you, instead of choosing the gas masks, which are aesthetic to this game
Yeah.
and this franchise, and they just put them in black motorcycle helmets?
Yeah, I I don't know, man. Like because they are, that's what they are. They're like motorcycle helmets. They're like maybe slightly supposed to be like helicopter like pilot helmets because they came in a helicopter. I don't fucking know. It doesn't look right either way. It's not good. They
It's a
don't really
weird
make
choice.
sense.
It's a weird choice.
Yeah. Anyway, they go into the helicopter where Alice has a panic attack / a memory of Jorah Mormont from Game of Thrones injecting her with the virus. To which I said, we're
That's
just getting this
yeah.
character. Because I remember you mentioning him in the last episode when we talked about the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, that's this movie. We got like 10 minutes left. And this is, I think, the first time we see him.
Yeah. Um, I don't know how much I want to unveil to you because
Well, we're almost.
you haven't gone to the end of this series like I have,
No,
unfortunately.
I think I said it in the first one, but I'll say it again. I remembered the first one pretty well. I
Yeah.
vaguely remembered this one.
Yeah.
I aesthetically remember the third one, and I don't think I've
Yeah.
seen any of the other ones. Like I remember the third one takes place in a desert and there are birds, and that's everything I remember.
I'm I'm gonna tell you now, just because the quote unquote reveal of it, if there even is one, it's not gonna do anything for either of us either way. Ian Glenn, Jorah Mormont, he appears here. He is the main villain of the next film. Then he's missing in action for 2 films, and he's the main villain of the final film of the franchise.
So far.
Of the of this part of the franchise.
Sure. Well, cool. Alice can sense through her Spidey sense, I guess, that Nemesis is coming, so she yells at the pilot to take off, but for some reason, Kane is in the city now, and he's holding Angela at gunpoint, and also he brought Ashford in his wheelchair back into the city for some reason. It feels like a lot of work. And I don't know why you would endanger yourself coming into zombie town just to make a point. Like, your Umbrella, if you know they're getting on a helicopter, shoot the fucking helicopter down.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Kane sets up a boss battle where he forces Alice to fight the Nemesis in a fist fight. Neither of them are allowed their weapons. And when she's like, I'm not going to do that, he's like, oh yeah, what if I killed this guy you don't know? And he shoots Ashford.
That's so funny.
And what's even stupider is he goes, and that one was important to me. I don't even know these guys. And I'm like, why did you start with him then?
With no disrespect to the man, why would you not start with Mike Epps?
Why would you not start with Mike Epps? Or
Mike Epps is he's just a random guy who happened to get this far.
any of the other people would have made more sense for him to shoot.
He
Honestly,
could have shot.
he had given the
shot
Nemesis orders to kill Star's agents. There's one sitting right the fuck there.
He probably should have shot Jill.
Probably. I don't know which of these characters. I mean, clearly Alice, but I don't know which of these characters is going to matter in future movies. But I bet Jill's up on that list.
Please don't assume that.
Uh oh.
I'm gonna drop a bomb on you.
Uh.
At the end of it. At the end of the
Okay.
recap here.
Anyway, Alice starts boxing the Nemesis. The costume of the Nemesis looks pretty good. It seems like he can't move very well, but otherwise it looks great. I should have mentioned that earlier. We've seen it for a while, but this is just where I put it in my notes, I guess. Anyway, Nemesis eventually breaks a chunk of metal off of something and starts using it as a sword. So Kane throws some batons to Alice because, he wants a fair fight.
Sure, dude. I don't even know.
But then she just kicks the Nemesis and impales him on a different spike. While realizing in just now this moment that the Nemesis is Matt from the first movie. I'm not really sure what set it off. I guess the implication is that he also has blue eyes.
I guess.
I mean, like, I know that she knows this is the Nemesis, and that he was taken to the Nemesis program. But like, I don't know, it's really doing a lot of focusing in on the eye, so it does make it seem like she sees his eyes and is like, I know those eyes. That's my not love interest from the previous one.
It has to be less that's her realizing and her being like, "Oh, right." Like she remembered.
She impaled him on a thing and she went, oh
That
fuck, that's
that
Matt.
has to be like, "Oh, Matt. Sorry, Matt."
Anyway, Kane wants Alice to finish off Nemesis, which again feels like a waste. Like, I don't know, man, you could still use it. Like, he's not your best thing, but he listens to you. So whatever. I guess I just don't understand what being evil is like, you know. The Nemesis pulls itself off the spike, grabs its machine gun, and Kane tells it to kill the good guys, but instead it starts just shooting the Umbrella goons.
Matt.
Matt had a face turn, I guess. Kane hides in the helicopter and asks the pilot why they haven't taken off yet, but that's because the pilot has been replaced by LJ, who's in the pirate seat and says, it's because I usually drive a Cadillac, and punches him in the face.
I don't think they gave him a script. They just let him say whatever he wanted.
You know,
I'm convinced of that now.
And honestly, probably the best idea.
Mm-hmm.
Alice runs and jumps through a window where she runs into three goons and she kind of fake surrender. I think it's supposed to kind of look like the intro to the Code Veronica, maybe a little bit. Anyway, she runs into three guys and she fakes dropping her, like doing a surrender and dropping her pistol, but then she falls with the pistol and grabs it midair and shoots the three baddies like when she hits the ground. In my mind, I was like when I first wrote this note, I wrote she does the Arya Stark thing, but that's not really the Arya Stark thing.
It is literally supposed to be the intro from Code Veronica.
Oh yeah, really?
That was on purpose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it was kind of shit in comparison.
Yeah. It sure was, wasn't it?
Oops. Anyway, a different helicopter tries to take off, but the Nemesis shoots it with a rocket, causing the piece of the debris to spin through the air and smash into Alice, knocking her nearly unconscious, and then the rest of the helicopter to land on the Nemesis, maybe killing it, but definitely writing it off for the rest of the movie.
Definitely killing it. We never see this fucking thing again.
Okay. Drawn by the noise of a million gunshots and a crashing helicopter, 1 trillion zombies break through some thin-ass glass that I guess had been holding them off this whole time and start approaching the helipad. Everyone gets on the helicopter with Kane, and then Alice grabs him and throws him off back into the oncoming zombies because, you know, fuck him. I don't feel bad for him, but like, you could probably talk to him, interrogate him or something. I'm sure there was some use for the fucker. Anyway, he tries to run, but he can't because his leg hurts. So he starts crawling and trying to shoot the zombies. And eventually he tries to shoot himself, but he's out of ammo. So for some reason, zombified Ashford, who got shot earlier and not bitten, crawls over and bites him, and the rest of the swarm starts tearing him apart.
Yeah. I'm willing to let the Ashford being a zombie thing go just because we've already dealt with like there's some sort of airborne thing happening here too. It doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter.
It seems it's like Walking Dead rules. It's just if you die, you zombie.
Yeah, I remember thinking that him pulling the trigger and just like being out of ammo, that's so lame. It should have been that like Ashford knocks the gun out of his hand or something because like he shot Ashford and now Ashford stops it. It's like, no, you're gonna get eaten.
Yeah.
That would have been a little more poetic, I think. But I guess, oops, we were just out of ammo.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's still Ashford that like kills him, like bites him first. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Anyway, the helicopter flies off out of Raccoon City as a nuke goes off and violently shakes the helicopter. A piece of metal breaks off and starts flying towards Angela, and Alice throws herself in between, getting fully skewered by this piece of metal.
Oh, yeah.
Again, like the first one, this ending goes on way fucking longer than I thought it would. The helicopter crashes in the Arklay Mountains, which we know because of a thing that pops up at the bottom of the screen. Jorah Mormont, who I'm calling him that because I don't think we have his name, leads a team to the crash of the...
You can call him Batman if you wanted to.
No.
Because you watched that show.
I would rather call him Jorah.
You watched all of that show.
It was a pretty short show. It was Mike's super short show, in fact.
Ooh.
Anyway, they find Alice's body and take it. A news report quickly changes story as it first blames Umbrella and then falls victim to, I assume, a cover-up and conspiracy before ending saying that Carlos and Jill, I guess, did the thing. Like, That it's Carlos and Jill's fault, and then now they're wanted criminals?
No, I think they said it was just like the problem in the city was like a nuclear reactor meltdown or something, and then everything that was said before was just a hoax perpetrated by these two assholes. Don't listen to these assholes because it doesn't matter. Fake news.
Yeah. Okay. Then in another lab somewhere, waking up for the third time in a different
Ooh,
Umbrella facility.
ooh, can I guess? Can I guess? Is Alice naked again?
She's naked and sitting like a shrimp in some green water.
That's fun. She
Uh,
gets to have fun, I think.
and she's also hearing the disembodied voice of a little girl who might be Angela, or might be the Red Queen, or could just be any other character, I guess. We don't really know. Jorah says to begin the purging process, and the water starts rushing out while she freaks out and flashes her nipples really fast. Then the tank opens like a cassette deck, which I was like, that's pretty cool. That's good. I like that. And she convulses in it for a while Jorah brings her a towel, which is nice of him. As we know from Game of Thrones, he does have a thing for younger women. Although that's like 20 years from now or some shit. When did this movie come out?
2004, I think.
When did Game of Thrones start? Probably like 2000.
2010, I think.
Oh, I was gonna say 13. Okay, so we're not that far off, I guess.
But when he was Batman, see, Batman.
When he was Batman.
Batman, I don't want to say he has a thing for younger boys because that sounds sus, but because Robin, because he like recruits Robins, but there's girl Robins too. Cut this part out.
Not in that one. In that one, they get that Batman would have recruited Dick and Jason. Tim's in it, but he doesn't get recruited by Batman, I don't think. And I don't think we. Oh no, there is a Barbara, but she's already in a wheelchair and working at the police. So I don't know what the situation there is.
Definitely cut this part out.
Anyway, a lab tech says her recovery is crazy and her powers are stronger. Alice seems to have some real heavy brain fog as she struggles to talk or even write with a pen. She's doing what's the Helen Keller movie or whatever called Miracle Worker. She's doing a Miracle Worker.
Yeah. I think it's so funny where he's like, look, this is a pen. Try writing your name, and then he like hands her a release form.
Yeah.
So
Jorah grabs her face gently and asks her for her name, which sends her into a spin where she eventually remembers everything and says, My name is Alice.
Oh.
I remember everything.
Wow.
Thank you. And then she stabs some just random dude with a pen. Like she makes like she's gonna, but then she stops right before his eye and then just beats the shit out of him. And starts beating everybody's ass while keeping one hand holding her towel up.
It's the Mission Impossible 2 knife stunt. She just does it to prove that she can, and then just beats everyone up anyways.
I mean, she's basically a superhero at this point, so why not? Fuck it. Some guy watching through a camera asks for support, and then Alice looks at the camera, and his eyes start to bleed until he dies. What the
All right,
fuck?
Let's pause for a second. Let's try to unpack this.
Hey, what other question did you have about the TV show Titans?
No. She melts a dude's brain through a camera in a TV screen, CCTV.
Yeah.
She melts his brain by looking at him.
Correct. Yeah. What was the question?
I don't know what the question is. I don't even know how to approach it.
Where did this come from? Why can she do this? What the fuck? All valid questions, but surely not one we're getting an answer to.
Is she ever gonna do it again?
Probably.
No.
Oh.
I don't think she does.
I guess we'll see. If she does, it's probably in the third one. I remember there being a camera, like a satellite in that one. So maybe. Anyway, Alice goes outside and is met by 100 million guns pointed at her. But Carlos, Jill, and LJ, who works here now, I guess, roll up in umbrella gear and rescue her undercover style. And they drive away.
They disguise as stormtroopers and they leave. My biggest question.
Yeah.
Is how did Mike Epps survive the helicopter crash?
He didn't tense up, so when it crashed, he didn't get hurt as bad like that guy from what fucking movie was that? That wasn't Hangover.
I don't know.
It's Zach Galifianakis and I think Bradley Cooper.
That you're describing the Hangover so far.
And they are going to a wedding. It's a different movie. I swear to God, it's a different movie.
Can't be. It can't be. You know what's crazy? I'm pretty sure I said this at the start when I was trying to list what Mike Epps was in. He's in The Hangover.
What? I think you said that actually. I think you said The Hangover.
Yeah,
Yeah. Anyway, Jorah wakes up, grabs a phone, and orders the guards to let them go. The guards at the
sure.
front door of, I guess, wherever we are now.
You could just not.
Angela then pops out of the back seat where she, I guess, was. Jorah says, activate Project Alice, and Alice's eyes flicker to the pattern of the umbrella logo, and we see a digital camera feed from inside her eyes as Jill asks, what did they do to you? And the camera pulls all the way out to space, where we see a satellite with the umbrella logo on it, and we get some rock music. And that's the
We get
movie.
we get Kill Switch Age this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the
Holy
movie.
shit.
What'd you think?
Bad.
Oh, okay.
it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. I've definitely seen worse movies, and I've seen this one before, so I guess that helps. But the first movie already wasn't great. Like, it was fun, it was entertaining. This, I think, stops being fun. It's not a terrible watch. You know, you don't watch it and go like, "Oh, I've wasted 2 hours" or whatever. But you're like, what was the point? Like, what is any of this? Like, none of this worked. I don't know. It's bad. It's a pretty fucking bad movie. And I know they're gonna get worse from here.
They sure are. So, like, I did the same thing for this movie that I did for the first one, where I was like, what are things from the games that actually happen here? A lot of them are obvious or we've already talked about, and then a lot of them are just like, well, that was in the first one too. Like Raccoon City again, T Virus again, Umbrella Corporation again, an umbrella scientist's daughter, a truck crash, Jill Valentine wearing her Resident Evil 3 outfit, Carlos, and a guy named Nikolai. Stars, the Ashford name, a gun shop, liquors again. This one, I was being generous. I wrote, wasting one grenade on 3 zombies because you're scared.
Yeah.
Nemesis killing stars. He said the stars. Cerberus again, and then Raccoon City gets nuked. That's it. That's all that happened. The music is terrible. The sound effects are terrible. There's so many kung fu whip sound effects and swish sound effects. The characterization is awful. It's just I was checked out for a lot of this, especially near the end. The whole when they make Alice and Nemesis fight, and then like my eyes glazed over, and then when I came back to, they were flying away. And I was like, okay, this movie sucks.
The movie I was thinking of is called Due Date, and it's not Bradley Cooper.
Oh, it's Robert Downey
It's
Jr.
Robert Downey Jr.
He's trying to get back for his the baby's gonna be born. It's just a worse version of Planes, Trains, Automobiles.
Yeah, probably. I barely remember it. Anyway.
Yeah, so that bomb that I was gonna drop on you,
Yeah.
yeah, Jill's not in the next movie.
Is this her last movie?
You know what? I feel like me saying I'm not gonna answer that is in its own way an answer, but I'm
Maybe.
not gonna answer that.
Okay. But she's not
But
in.
she's definitely not in the next one.
What's the next one called? Retribution?
Extinction?
Extinction?
No, there is one called Retribution, but the next one's called Resident Evil Extinction.
Very exciting.
What do you did? What would you rate this movie?
Well,
How many stars would you give it?
thank you, and thank you for asking in the correct, biblically accurate way. Um, I rated it on Letterboxd when I watched it, like I don't know, a week ago or whatever, and I gave it 2 stars then, and I think I pretty much still agree with that because I gave the first one a 3, and I do still think this movie is watchable, but it's just like the pace is insane. All of the characters are assholes. The plot makes sense. Like you can follow it, which I don't think is going to continue very long in this series. But it's just kind of like shit happening the movie. Like none of it really feels like it's serving a purpose or serving a narrative or doing anything for like God forbid we get a character arc. It's just we got to get from point A to point B and shoot guns the entire time. Like that's the movie. And I'm sure for some people that really worked. For me, I'm just like, yeah, man, no. This ain't it.
No, it doesn't work as a Resident Evil movie. It doesn't even really work as a horror movie. It's just
I
it's
don't
not
know. Yeah,
it's not very good.
yeah, I don't know that it works as a movie most of the time.
Yeah, yeah. I also gave it 2 stars
Okay.
on Letterboxd, which my scores are from like when I watched them 2 years ago or whatever. So it's always fun to be like, what did I give this? Oh yeah, no, that's right.
There was something we were talking about recently where you changed it a little bit though. So
I think that was the first one. I think I had that as a 3 stars, and I was like, I would tick it up just a half.
oh, like you were you mean you were at 2.5 and you bumped it to 3?
Is that what I did? Hang on.
That's what
It's
I
at
think.
3 stars. Yeah, I had it at 2.5, and then
Okay.
I bumped it up to 3 stars. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes
That
sense.
makes more sense.
I don't think it's a terrible movie, but I wouldn't be excited to watch it again. That's where I'm at.
The first one.
No, this one. The first
This
one I
one.
would watch again.
This one. Oh, you wouldn't call this a terrible movie?
I wouldn't call this a terrible movie, but only because I've seen a lot worse. I would call this a bad movie. I wouldn't call it a terrible movie.
You're right. You're right. That's a good way to. There is a step between terrible and bad.
We've got a whole star below this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No. Of course.
So
I don't give out 1 stars willy nilly,
no.
but I'm pretty sure we're coming up on one in this series.
Oh no. Well, guys, if you want to figure out which of the upcoming ones is going to be a 1-star, shit, I don't know if I know. You can leave a comment on YouTube or Spotify. Those are the 2 places we are. You can tell us who your favorite character that is barely a character in this movie is, or why you like them. Shit, man, I don't know. Leave a comment.
What was it? Peyton?
Was it?
I didn't remember his name.
Was it the priest guy? Because he had about as much going on as anybody else. Anyway, you can follow the show on Twitter at rsr_pod. You can follow me on Twitter or Blue Sky at Daniel J. McG.
You could follow me on Blue Sky at Skylar8bit, or you could follow either of our letterboxes. Mine is also Skylar8bit.
I don't remember what mine is. I should probably look it up at some point, but I'm not going to right now.
Just if you care, which you don't, you could go to mine and then look at who I'm following, and Daniel's one of them.
True. That is true. Did you want to hit your outro?
I don't remember what we said last time.
I do, but I don't know that it works on this one.
What was it?
You just said we're all gonna die down here.
Oh, we are. We're all gonna die watching these movies down here. We're all gonna apocalypse down here.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's perfect. All right, bye, guys.
The game's just starting, the world's so bright. Jump right in, everything feels right. Let's play, take a trip back in time where